In 2008, we moved here, and since then our family has grown. We now have 3 boys, Sully, who's 11, Lincoln, who is 8, and Sawyer, who's 6. I started here at Black Hills Energy in 2008 of March, and I was a lineman. I started in Deadwood, then transferred to Sturgis. In 2012, I got a job as a construction rep. In 2013, I got a job as the operations supervisor. We love to go hiking, we love to go biking. We do that all as a family. We also do a lot of hunting. We hunt together as a family and just spend time in the hills. I mean, it's right here in our backyard, and it's a great place to live. So it started for me as actually a goal with work. What are some of the things that I'm going to do to be involved in the community? But it goes far beyond that, because what I've found since we moved here in 2008 is people would come up to me and approach me, and they'd say, hey, you know, what's Sturgis like? And this is right when we moved here, for the first maybe 4 or 5 years. People would ask how Sturgis is, and I'm like, you know what, it's all right, but it's just not home. The more that myself and my wife have become involved in the community, be that clubs, like the AE Wrestling Club or the Chamber Board or the United Way, or just different events and being part of the community, the more it has felt like home. So now when people ask me how Sturgis is, it is home. And it's been home for a while, and it's because of our involvement with the community. So the more I become involved, the more I feel like Sturgis is home. In my job at Black Hills Energy, like I said, I'm the operations supervisor, so I'm responsible for the safety primarily for our guys, and then also completing tasks and responsible for budgets and stuff like that. So there's a leadership aspect to my job. Within the community, talk about chasing our kids and stuff like that. I've been involved in numerous sports teams for our kids, coaching them. And being part of those teams and watching those kids grow and develop is great. It's very rewarding to be part of that. And the same can be said for boards and things. And you know, I probably notice myself growing more in those situations than anybody, learning things and just developing as a person and trying to be somebody that people can trust. Sturgis is really, in my mind, well known for 2 things. One being the motorcycle rally, and the other would be Sturgis wrestling. Right? Those are 2 big things that we're known for. We really like to work hard as a community and as a group, but we also like to have fun and cut loose. So those are 2 things that we're known for, and I think that both of those things, whether it be the work ethic side or even the cut loose side, it takes a lot of work to make that stuff happen. And that's things that the city's part of, that the residents are part of, and it's just our community coming together is a big strength of ours. There's a lot of times and opportunities where you have to communicate things, and maybe you don't say something because you think somebody already knows it, but just saying those things and communicating both the good and the bad is a huge part of developing as a community. And along with communicating those, it's the ability to sit down and listen as well. And to listen with your ears and not just with your mouth, and not look to respond, but look to listen and absorb. So those are things that I feel like myself can grow in, and people in the community as well. Being a middle child is one of the things that has kind of shaped me into who I am today. And that's somebody who wants everybody to get along, and I want to bring people together. Now, I'm not ignorant enough to think that that's always going to happen, because I know it's not. But to find some sort of common or middle ground in amongst people that are divided on issues is going to be hugely important. Set any personal agendas aside, and I'm doing my part to represent our ward, and to not. One of my biggest goals, like I said earlier, is communication. And I want to be able to communicate information that I learn through the city and being involved with the council. I want to convey that back to my ward, or just anybody that has questions in general. But on top of that, it's not just communicating from the city to the community. It's communicating from the community to the city, to being able to tell the city, these are the wants, these are the needs, these are the desires of the people within my ward, and this is information that I think that you guys should know. To be able to communicate that both ways is huge. I've always kind of been a person that has wanted to bring people together and to communicate and you know, I'm an optimist. I like to think that everybody has the best intentions in mind, although I know that's not true. But to be able to bring people together is something that I think is a very valuable asset of somebody on the city council.